Hello.
Hi, Watson. I was just getting ready to send you the link. Thank you for joining.
Oh, no worries.
Do you have the Lunch and Learn slide?
I'm sorry, which?
The Lunch and Learn slide?
I do not.
Oh, okay. All right, then I'll just let you open the floor and then hopefully we'll get some attendees today. Well, we have Sae already, so I'll let you start the call or the
All right,
webinar.
thanks.
Mhm.
All right. Hi, everyone. I'm Watson from the decision support team. If you have any questions, just open floor. Feel free to put them in the chat and we'll try to get them answered. All right. See Sai's hand is raised in the attendees. All right. So, Sai, you have a question about reports creation?
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Yeah. Hi, Watson. So, what's my question is? So, while I'm creating the reports, so like it is automatically generating the SQL query, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, in that one, like I mean, if I want to use any group by or having such type of commands related to SQL, so how can you use it? I didn't get any filter for such type of scenarios. Can you help me out on that part?
So your question is specifically about the decisions report filters?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. Yeah, let me pull up my local install. I can get a quick example up.
Like meanwhile, I can elaborate my question. Let's say like I have a one field which contains city name.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say in that field there are, let's say Bangalore, which contains 3 or more, like repeated city names are there. When I want to display the that field in dashboard, I want to make it as a group by class, right? Then it will show the only single one. So how I have to use that group by functionality by using filters in dashboard.
All right, can you see my screen okay? Yeah, so basically with the decisions reports, we can, we have native filters here. So for example, in this just very rough account data source report I just made for this example, we have field filters, which we can use to like filter by any column that we add to the report, any data field. So for example, I could do entity name filter, and entity name contains, and specify this as test@test.com. Yeah, so basically anything here we can specify, and we'll have different options for this depending on data type of the data field. As for grouping, the native grouping actions are sort of contained on these fields right here. Like we can choose to group by.
Yeah, actually, like this, I tried actually, Garson, like the option which it is showing in the account ID. So that is like it is creating the grouping. Like if you click on the particular field, like a drop down, it is showing the related fields. So actually, what I am trying is like without clicking that group by filter option in account ID, by default when the dashboard is open, that display should it should show like this, like a unique ID numbers. If there are repeated one, it should show like a unique one by default without clicking any group by filter on account ID.
Okay, so does grouping, going to the report editor like this and then saving it do that for you whenever the reports run? So I believe if we just, in the report editor, if we just automatically set it up like this and then save that as the default report view and then run the report, it will automatically, group by that value. If that's what we saved it by.
See, like, I mean, can you open that previous one, like the run report one? See, let's say here in the initial one, and like a number account ID number one, let's say we have 3 more on that one. It will show like a sequential one again. If you click on 1819, that first row, so under that first row, if you have 2 more with the same ID, it will display those 3 also in sequence, like in row wise.
Right. Yeah. If this is a bad example because these are all unique IDs, but
actually, like that is not my scenario. My scenario is like if you click on that related account ID in the let's the parent and child report concepts, right? So in that part, if I click on the account ID, I want to display the related another field option. Let's say if you click on account ID, the entity name should display in the second screen as a child child report.
Okay.
So at that time, if the account ID has contained multiple with the same ID. So I need to click on every individual ID, right? So I don't want like that. I want it like account ID should show as a single value. If I click on that one, so whatever the related entity names are there under the particular account ID, it will show in the child report one.
Okay, so basically we're looking at using a report and using a selection on a report to feed data into another report, essentially.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that can be done using report. It's the name escapes me right now. What is it? It's the selection bus filters, I think, or send data as filter change.
Send data as a filter, and here we need to give the like whatever the ID you want to unchange, you have to give the entity ID name here.
Right. Yeah. So that's how you would do that. Is you just have 2 reports.
Yeah.
You'd be sending the ID, and then that would feed into another report. where we have a filter here that the name here reflects and feeds the data into. Let me see, I believe we have an example of this actually on our documentation site. Just one second, let me see if I can find that. All right, so I'm having a little bit of difficulty finding this example, so I'm just going to generate some test data and scratch build this real quick.
Watson, if you want, I can show you what I have created. I think it will give a better picture for you to explain that. Is there a possibility for that one?
Yeah, you should be able to share out and show us what you got.
Okay, give me 1 sec. Okay, so here where we have an option to share the screen in this one. Share my screen.
Should be a little button towards the bottom, the zoom controls.
Question and answer.
Are you able to see the share option in the zoom controls? It's a little green button towards the bottom.
Bottom one, like question and answer, chat, lawyer, and only this definitely showing for me. Can you show me by sharing screen like how to open that one? Because I didn't have any option. I didn't have any such
Okay.
option.
Yeah, we can share out mine here. Basically, I don't have any test data, so I can't really accurately demonstrate this, but basically, we can use this to send.
Yeah, this I already have tried. Just show me how to share the screen. I will share my screen for you. Show me that option how to share it.
Well, it won't show it. The zoom controls are hidden from the share.
So I don't have such option, right? I mean, you're telling like I can't
Yeah,
share.
so here's what we can do. We can get a support ticket open for this, and we can just schedule like a quick meeting or something like that to go over this with you. That way we can, iron out the
Yeah,
share
okay.
issues. All
I
right.
am ready to share right now. Is it fine to do right now? Or meanwhile, I have one more question. Meanwhile, can I go with that one?
All right.
So can you open that reports now? I mean that report creation dashboard.
I'm sorry, you don't want me to share back out and
Yeah,
open the reports?
yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So click on the view SQL. So here, like whatever filters we are adding here, it is automatically generating the SQL query.
Mm-hmm.
So like, is there any scalability in our tool? Like I can create my own SQL query. I can and integrate it here. I can use that one for
You
report creation.
use your own SQL query.
Yeah.
I believe we have like I believe there is such thing as like a query-based reports, which I haven't set up for a while, but it's either we would use that or we could do something called a flow-based report, and we could have a query step in the flow.
No, not in a flow base. So let's say like I already have one database. So I just created my own SQL query and I want to apply the same to the reports.
Okay, so like a database integration.
Yeah. But I got one topic in documentation, let's say like this SDK, something like that, where I can, let's say in Java side, I can create one database, there I can integrate. But I don't want that part. The one which I am looking is like I can write my own SQL query from my database, and I want to implement that SQL query in reports creation. In that scenario, I need it.
Right, yeah, if we have the query, we should be able to do a query-based report. Like, so if we go to the integrations folder, and we'll just use this guy for now because he's already created for something else. I'll get rid of that field, and then we should be able to use this query here. Which let me find the category. Here we go. Yeah, so if we write a query and we make a query integration for a database connection object here, we can
Can you
create a
click on the
custom query.
view SQL one? After you added no, that view SQL, can you click on the view SQL, what it is showing out there? Select star from entities.
Yeah, that's just a very simple test query that I have made up for.
Yeah, that will be helpful actually.
Yeah, so basically, yeah, we just go here. You can add like a whole database, integrated database. You know, you can add integrated table for the database or just a query.
Can you show me how you created that one from stepwise?
The query?
Yeah, like that, right? How you create and how you integrate.
Right, yeah, so right here, this is just done to the local connection, which is the decisions native database. If you wanted to create a connection to like an
This is
external...
under systems one?
This is under system databases. So if you wanted to do like a whole database connection to an external SQL database or an external...
So the systems is, I mean, by default will come when we install the tool, or we need to install it separately. I mean, we need to integrate this.
This is all native to decisions. This integration functionality here. However, if you wanted to integrate with a database that isn't the database that Decisions installs to, you can do that. So you would just do that by right-clicking on databases, create connection, select the database type, give it, and then specify the credentials as well as the server name and the database name. Once that's created, it will create a folder like this local connection folder here, and you have the options to add a table, add a view, add a relationship, add a query. And from here, what you can do is add a query or add a table. For this example, I'll just add a table, and this is the native decisions. So we'll do entity accounts. And this will just give us our option to select the fields we want to include, as well as what the keys are. And this will give us the option if we want to auto-generate some flow steps for this table object that we can use in workflow. And then we hit save. It'll appear right here. And we should be able to find this in the same way. Right here we have our accounts table integration that we can report on. I also dropped a link to our documentation page in the Zoom chat as well, in case you wanted to read up some more on database integrations.
Yeah, that's a little bit. I will look into that. So the only thing which I have tried is the group by one, right?
Right.
So we can achieve this thing. So by using this SQL query, I think we can achieve the same because we can write our own queries and we can integrate with the reports. It will be easy comparing with that one, right?
Right. Yeah, that should be possible. Yeah, granted, using like the native decisions filters in the reports, you can also apply that to um, a query-based report as well. So, however, it might actually be more performative to do that within the query because it'll only fetch a subset of the data instead of having to pull the full data set into decisions and then allow our report filters to filter through it. But yeah, you should be able to do it either way.
So like yeah, but like in filter section, I didn't find any such an option like union, like a group by component or having components. So I didn't find any. So we don't have any such types in filters, right?
Yeah, there's no like a union or join filters. Um, so yeah, if you wanted to do like a join filter or something, or a join or something like that, you would probably need to do that with a query based.
Query based. Okay. So this one is mainly used for existing whatever the existing fields are there. So there we can use our own filters. It will be helpful on this way. But if you want to go with beyond, then it's better to go with the query concept.
Right. Yeah. Like if we wanted to join two non-native decisions tables or join data from two non-native decisions tables, I would do that uh, with a query integration.
Okay. That's good. That's it. No, Watson. Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right. No worries.
It will be very useful for us to know. So I will go through the document. So if I get any doubts and all, I will reply to the same. Like I will document.
All right. Sure thing. Yeah, and if you're implementing this, testing this, and feel free to submit a support ticket by emailing support@decisions.com if you have any questions or hit any issues.
Sure. Okay. Thank you. Thanks. That's it for me.
All right. No worries.
Yeah. So where I can see these videos recording center, like what are the sessions we are having, no? So where I can see those things.
The videos for the lunch and learn sessions.
Yeah, like whatever the sessions we are going, no? So where I can see those sessions and all.
That's a good question. I think, Maru, do we have like the recorded sessions for these available anywhere?
Yes, they're on the YouTube support channel.
Okay. Do we have like a link for that we can drop in the chat?
Yeah, let me put the link. Just 1 second.
Yeah. Yeah, that's great version actually. Better to share that in chat. I will use that recordings in the YouTube channel.
Okay, so with that link, you can just go back to any date and review any questions that might apply to whatever you're working on. You can also subscribe to the channel if you want to get, daily notifications of the videos that we post on a daily basis.
Okay. Yeah, share that YouTube, channel link here. So I will subscribe over there. It will be helpful for me.
Yes, I put it in the chat.
I reposted it there as well. I think it might have gone directly to me.
Yeah, got it. Thanks. Yeah, I will look at it.
Right. No worries.
Yeah. Thanks, Vasan. Thanks for your valuable time.
No worries. Take care.
Thank you. Bye. Yeah.